Oh, friend, do I have a juicy one for you today? The other side of my business is in the midst right now today, as I'm recording this episode for you, of what can only be described as a tech crisis. And I'm just going to share that with you while it's happening. It wasn't the episode I planned to record today, but I thought, sometimes when you have an online business, this stuff happens. So I want to tell you how I'm feeling about it, how I'm going to deal with it, what my plan is as of right now to handle this going forward. And then I think I'll do another update after this crisis is solved, as I'm sure that it will be, and I'll let you know what happened. Okay, so on the kindergarten ready side of my business, I am in the middle of a launch. Actually, this morning, I opened the doors to my membership Kindergarten Ready Club. It's one of my biggest launches of the year for that side of my business. And wouldn't you know, just a few hours later, I found out that my website is being blocked. Chrome and really all of Google have classified my website as dangerous, which of course it is not dangerous, but they've classified me as dangerous. And so nothing is working. And everything that I use in that business is based out of my kindergartenreadyskills.com domain. So I'm just jumping right into it here. So my LeadPages is set to pages at kindergartenreadyskills.com. My ThriveCart checkout is set to checkouts at checkouts.kindergartenreadyskills.com. Like they're all subdomains of that one main route. And so by my main website going down, which is the first time it's ever happened to this extent. By the main website going down, then all of those other pieces go down too. And so I've been trying to think of a way to subvert this. I thought, I could duplicate my lead page and republish that same sales page to a different domain because I have a few others over there. But then my ThriveCart checkouts still will not work. And that is where you have to pay to join my membership. So really there isn't a workaround. And let me tell you, this is so frustrating. Um, here's how I handled it. First of all, I saw that this was happening. I checked if it was just me and texted my husband real quick, like, go to my website, see what you see. And he saw the same thing I did. And um, I'm not super technical, as I've mentioned, and you don't need to be. You do not need to be super technical to run an online business. So I went to LeadPages chat support. Oh my gosh, the LeadPages support is wonderful, which is a main reason, one of the many reasons to use LeadPages, but they're so great. Oftentimes, if there's something I can't figure out on their platform, they'll go into my account, do the thing, and make me a video of how they did it, which is just so helpful. Love LeadPages. So I got this great chat support person. She's trying to troubleshoot this with me. She's telling me to go into my Cloudflare to adjust my DNS. I couldn't figure out what my Cloudflare login was because it turns out that's actually part of my Big Scoots account. So I figured that out finally. And then I realized, this is more than just a LeadPages issue. This is a bigger issue. This is my whole website. And so I actually have a person, well, he's a company, but I use Grayson Bell of iMark Interactive. He's so wonderfully helpful. And he manages all of my websites back from when I had Happy Humble Home. I think it's episode 54. I tell you that story about my old blog. But he's been managing my websites since then. So he manages all of them. Happy Humble Home still, because why not? It's still on there. Kindergarten Ready Skills and Teacher Biz. He manages all my websites. And so thankfully, I have this person who understands the tech much more than me. I could reach out to him and let him know what's happening, and he was able to get me this information. It keeps going. So you won't believe this, and it is so ridiculously absurd that I'm not even afraid to share it with you. The reason that my website is being marked as dangerous right now today is because someone has reported me, or I don't know that part for sure. That part is my hypothesis, but for some reason, Google thinks I'm phishing, phishing, phishing for information, basically like hackers on the internet that steal people's information or trick people into entering their personal information so they could steal it. Obviously, little old me, small business owner working from my house, trying to help people prepare their kids for kindergarten. I'm not fishing for anyone's information, but for some reason, Google thinks I am. And so my hypothesis is that someone must have accidentally reported me for that, clicked the wrong thing, didn't know what phishing was. I can't imagine anyone's actually malicious enough to report that knowingly that it's not true. So I'm going to say someone was confused and Google takes these things seriously. So, oh my goodness. So this is a big deal that Google is blocking me. Grayson is taking care of it, and he said it might be days before my website is up and operating again. Also, I was listing the things that don't work right because of my website being down. Another thing that doesn't work right is my main email address, Heather at kindergartenreadyskills.com, also going through that domain, which is our main customer service inbox. It's also where I send my emails from. So here's why this is beyond upsetting, because I sent an email to my people, to my list of 135,000 subscribers, and said to them, the Kindergarten Ready Club is open. I'm so excited for you to join. Click this link to join. They click that link and it says to them, dangerous website. They don't even see my sales page. Like if they're on a different browser than Chrome, they might see it. So upsetting. That is just so alarming on its own, because what if they're new to my list? What if they don't know me really well? What if they actually think that it's a dangerous website and then they unsubscribe and mark it as spam and all of these things that can just spiral from there. Also, I cannot email them back from my Heather at kindergartenreadyskills.com email address, because I can't email from that. Google's going to block it from inboxes, which of course most people are using Gmail. So, what I decided to do there, my first instinct was to email and say, sorry, the link didn't work this morning. Here's a new link that you can try. Can't even do that because my checkout's not working, right? So thankfully, because I had this old blog, Happy Humble Home, in my same ConvertKit account, I didn't start a new ConvertKit account when I switched to Kindergarten Ready. I just kept it in that same ConvertKit. There was a while before I had settled on the name Kindergarten Ready Skills, and so my old email, Heather at happyhumblehome.com, is connected to my ConvertKit account. And I even have it where the sending name is Heather at Kindergarten Ready, and then the email address is Heather at happyhumblehome.com. And so I sent an email and I just said to my people, actually, you know what? Let me read you my email so that I can tell you uh, transparently exactly how I'm handling this. I want you to hear it just in case something happens like this to you. And I don't want you to feel scared like, oh my gosh, the tech is going to break and all my business will crumble. It's not going to. I want to talk more about that and why I'm feeling so calm in handling this situation today. But sometimes things go wrong. And so I just want to be transparent with how I'm handling it with my people so that should something similar happen to you, um, or anything fail with your tech, that you can hear how I handled it, and hopefully that will be helpful to you. So, hi name, technology is failing me today. And then I have the emoji that you get when you type in WAH, WAH, the sad face emoji. I have no idea how this could happen, but my website is down and Google is saying it could take days to get it back up. That's why I'm sending this email to you from our old email address. Of course, this is terrible timing, as I was excited to open the doors to Kindergarten Ready Club to you this morning. I'm beyond bummed, but I have to postpone our Kindergarten Ready Club launch. Don't worry if you've been waiting to get in the club or looking forward to learning more about it. We will still be opening our doors and shouting from the rooftops about how KRC will help you. You will have your chance to join, and we will extend our launch to make up for this. We'll pick back up just as soon as we can, hopefully by the end of this week. I am so sorry for this delay. Thank you for understanding. Cheering for you, Heather. And I thought, at least this addresses people who are clicking on that link and getting this absurd message. At least, anyone who was actually expecting to be able to join today, or got that message this morning that it was open and then crickets, at least they know what's happening. So I believe in being honest with your people and telling them what's happening when you can. And of course, you can't always do that, but in this situation, that felt like the best way to handle this. And so that's what I did. I'm feeling really calm in my business lately. I feel like I've got this when things go wrong. I've had tech troubles like this in the past, and it's been years. I mean, I was saying to my husband, I can't even remember the last time I reached out to Grayson for a tech problem. Um, Years ago, I remember being so frantic and upset because I think I was changing my host and doing it myself. I messed something up in switching my website over. I was panicked. I was crying to my husband. I was so upset that my website was down, like it was the end of the world. And so I reached out to Grayson and he helped me. And a few hours later, it was back up, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. And this feels like it's a much bigger problem than that. The day that I'm launching, my whole website is down. There's a few reasons I feel calm about it. One, I know I've hired good people. I know I have the best of the best working on this issue. I have reported it to him. Frankly, I've done all that I can do at this point because I have someone that works for my business that can do this better than I can. And if you have a WordPress website and you're looking for someone to manage it, I'm not an affiliate, but I highly recommend Grayson's iMark Interactive. They're just so good. So that's one reason that I feel, calm about it. Another reason is that, I'm kind of seasoned at this point. Things go wrong, it gets fixed. I know it's not the end of the world. I've panicked enough about other things that have happened, and now I know it will get sorted out. Yes, it really stinks that it's the week of my launch. Like, that's pretty awful. I'm going to have to adjust my revenue goals. Thankfully, it's January though, right? So probably throughout the rest of the year, I can make it up and still end up where I wanted to be. I'm still going to launch my membership probably next week. I imagine it will be all sorted by then. And then I think I'd be calm without this one extra thing, but I do have an ace in the hole, and that is that I have another domain that I can easily switch to. If this domain truly doesn't recover from this, which I really can't even imagine that. That's kind of bananas, but if I need to, I do have kindergartenready.com that I purchased and own and haven't switched to, and I've always kind of intended to, but it just wasn't my best next move yet. And so I could just switch. If I have to, I'll switch and that'll be that. But my goodness, what a headache. Really. Just just crazy timing, craziness happening over here. Um, I wish I had the end of this story. I think that would probably be interesting to you. And so I will do a part two of this episode. I will update you next week when I find out what happens. I'll make another episode and you can hear the end of this story and how things turn out. And if I actually do have to switch my domain, and if I actually can launch my membership and hopefully get some new members in. I'll tell you though, this calmness in my business is really stretching throughout all the things that I do. Like yesterday, I did a webinar. I did a webinar for 145 people showed up. Quick note to tell you that 1,300 people were registered and 145 people showed up. For me, that is a great number of people to get there. And it also shows you that you need a lot of people to sign up to actually get a big enough number in your webinar. But I used to be shaking in my boots, so scared before I did a webinar. I mean, I was just nervous. I was not confident. Um, I would have to listen to music like pumping up my energy, kind of get excited music before going on to do a webinar. Um, and I don't feel that way at all anymore. Yesterday, I just felt like one more thing on my list of work that I had to do that day, and it really wasn't stressful. It really wasn't like nerve-wracking at all. I had fun. I showed up with my people. For me, the hardest thing is talking for that long because it's an hour and a half of just talking the whole time, me talking. No one else gets to talk. It's just me talking. And I was almost losing my voice at the end of that. I know these people do like voice exercises who actually have to talk for long periods of time. But I will say that I was calm and I crushed it and I did really well. And I want to share that with you as well because I know there's things in your business that you're really nervous about doing, that it feels hard to show up for, that feel nerve-wracking. And with practice, when you do those things over and over and over again, they get so much easier. And I guess that goes for handling tech troubles too. So I'll be back next week with an update on what happens here and yeah, hoping it all gets sorted out. But I'm wishing you a very happy new year, hoping that you're enjoying your business and that things are going better where you are. Uh, but I'll let you know what happens.